Everyone in life should strive to have the mentality of this man right here. Even if you do not know who he is, just please strive to have the mentality of this man right here. I'll explain in the comment section later. I do not care. Just strive to have the mental fortitude of this man so you can create that one moment where you have happiness above everyone in the world. And no matter how many L's life throws at you, because life will throw a lot of L's at you, you do not let those L's strangle you. You do not tap out to them L's. You do not submit. You consume them L's and channel them into a ball of energy to get out of that submission, and you hammer fist them down to knock them out. I do not care. Anyway, Clue movie reaction. First time watching. Let's smash this thing. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Hello there.
Apologies for that tangent, ladies and gents. My name is Elie Moses. If you're new to the channel, a 23-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia. Shitty shop, baby. Yes, we're going to be watching Clue for the first time. I just purchased it on Amazon, or rented it on Amazon for $5 Australian. And I'm very excited because I watched Airplane for the first time last weekend. And that reaction got so many great interactions, comments, likes, views, and I'm so grateful for that. And I absolutely adored that film. I loved it. And I recommended, or I put on the community tab, which film I should watch next. The most liked will get the view. And here it is. Clue will get the view. Let's go. If you're new to the channel, feel free to like, share, subscribe if you enjoy my style of reactions. Let's get into it. Thank you to all the new subscribers on the channel, and recommend what film I should do next. Let's get into Clue, baby. I'm hella excited. Oh, Tim Curry, my guy. Welcome to the Plaza Hotel. Christopher Lloyd, Dark, RK Dark, okay. I don't know the rest, I'm sorry. I love how it's set in alphabetical order and then also starring CC, Colleen Camp, like the second last. Test your alphabet knowledge. I always love when them 80s films or like older films do these like really great wide takes of mansions or cities and things like that. I remember it was done in Psycho really well with that Mrs. Bates' house, or Norman Bates' house. And Tim Burton's Batman really done it well as well with Gotham.
Is everything ready?
Oui, monsieur.
You have your instructions.
Hey, I saw where his eyes glanced down at. I saw it. Hey, you failed the eye tracker challenge. I'm still winning. Alright, I lost it. Okay, I give up. Sorry.
For the use of an alias.
I love how everyone's smelling the dog crap from his shoes.
Yvette, would you attend to the colonel and give him anything he requires? Within reason, that is. For Wadsworth,
I know this is based off Pluto and it's a whodunit, so I'm paying attention to everything. But I always get wrong anyway with these whodunits, so...
Madam, you are expected.
Do you know who I am?
Only that you are to be known as Mrs. White.
Yes, it said so in the letter. But why?
Everyone's struggling with this.
Ah, may I introduce you? Mrs. White, this is Yvette, the maid. I see you know each other.
Oh, she bent down on purpose like that. Oh my, she lifted the leg. What is this sorcery? That is the sorcery of women. She knew what she was doing. And my guy parked it up.
Want a lift?
Yes, please.
Why is everyone staring at her breasts? Allow it. Stay strong, men. And you know what this is giving me? This is giving me like cozy rainy day vibes. I mean, it's raining in the film, but like, imagine watching this on a rainy, overcast day. This would be the perfect film to watch it on. I know you guys are probably either agreeing or disagreeing with me at the moment, but it's giving me those type of vibes, and I'd love to watch this on a rainy day, even though it's not now. But I love how the film already uses the 16:9 aspect ratio. And the thing is, with these older films, I tend to watch or react to for the first time, the Hitchcock films, the Kubricks, everything I've watched, for instance, Airplane as well. They utilize the camera so well. There is some fantastic long, wide takes, and it's absolutely fantastic. I remember watching Rope for the first time. Unbelievable. Love it, love it.
Of course, since you've each been addressed by a pseudonym, you'll have realized that nobody here is being addressed by their real name.
Not even the maid, probably. Not even Yvette. Yvette, for all we know, could not be French.
I'm a little accident prone.
Madame.
So is this for our host?
No, sir, for the seventh guest, Mr. Body.
I thought Mr. Body was our host. So who is our host, Mr. Wadsworth?
Mr. Body.
Oh, I want to start while it's still hot.
Oh, now shouldn't we wait for the other guests?
I will keep something warm for you.
Did you have in mind, dear? Very intrigued, and oh my, this soup's delicious, isn't it?
You say you are used to being a hostess as part of your husband's work?
Yes, it's an integral part of your life when you are the wife of a... I forgot we're not supposed to say who we really are, though, heavens to Betsy, I don't know why.
Don't you?
I know who you are.
Aren't you going to tell us?
How do you know who I am?
I work in Washington, too.
Washington. So you're a politician's wife.
Yes, I am.
Well, come on then. Who's your husband?
Afraid I'm a little bit accident prone.
Oh, watch it.
Excusez-moi.
Hey, Doc, keep them eyes. Lower the eye contact. You know what? It seems like Yvette is meant to be a distraction, not only for the characters in the film, but for the audience as well. Because the way she was framed right there in the center between, I think, Miss Scarlet and I forgot the other character's name. I need to get used to that. The way she was framed in the middle, it's like that's where your eyes first go to, the middle of the screen. And what was framed in there was her breasts. And I feel like that's meant to be a distraction throughout the film to maybe keep you from observing certain nuances in characters' actions, characters' mannerisms, and things like that. I might be reading too much into it, but I feel like she's a distraction for both the characters and the viewer, in my opinion.
This is one of my favorite recipes.
I know, madam.
Oh, you're a doctor?
I am, but I don't practice.
But practice makes perfect. Huh. I think most men need a little practice, don't you, Mrs. Peacock?
So what do you do, Professor?
I work
This
for
is-
the United Nations Organization.
Mrs. Peacock with
Another
the bird's nest
politician.
in her.
No, I work
head.
for a branch of WHO, the World Health Organization,
Well, what is your area of special concern?
family planning.
You're not going to mention the coincidence that you also live in Washington, D.C.?
How did you know that? Have we met before?
I've certainly seen you before, although you may not have seen me.
The butler
So, Miss
is
Scarlett, does this mean
amused.
that you live in Washington, too?
Sure do.
But does anyone here not live in Washington, D.C.?
I don't.
Yes, but you work for the United Nations. It's a government job. And the rest of us all live in a government town. Anyone here not earn their living from the government one way or another?
It contains evidence, I presume.
Surprises, my friend. That's what it contains. Surprises.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Mr. Body?
What are they all doing here?
Eating dinner. Do sit down, Mr. Body. Forgive my curiosity, Mr. Body, but did your letter say the same thing?
No.
I see. Can I interest any of you in fruit or dessert?
I keep looking at the painting. Who is in the
In
painting?
that case, may I suggest we adjourn to the study?
Is that the
for coffee
butler
and brandy?
or Mr. Body?
At which point I believe our unknown host will reveal his intentions.
Mind if I smoke?
Outrage! You can't hold us prisoner!
Ladies and gentlemen, please return to the study. Everything will be explained.
Scarlett is smirking. Why is she smirking? Why is she smirking?
You can't get out that way. Why not? It's only glass.
Oh, there is guard dogs all over the house.
For some considerable time, all of you have been paying what you can afford, and in some cases more than you can afford, to someone who threatens to expose you. And none of you know who's blackmailing you. Do you?
Oh, please, I've never heard anything so ridiculous. I mean, nobody could blackmail me. My life is an open book. I've never done anything wrong.
Look at her body language. Look how quickly she spoke. Look how
Anybody
her
else
hands were
wish to deny
shaking.
it? Very well. As everyone here is in the same boat, there's no harm in my revealing some details, and my instructions are to do so. Thank you, Yvette.
I love how the butler is like the host.
What doctors aren't allowed to do with their lady patients.
Yeah?
Well, he did.
Oh, how disgusting.
Are you making moral judgments, Mrs. Peacock? How then do you justify taking bribes in return for delivering your husband, Senator Peacock's vote to certain lobbyists?
My husband is a paid consultant. There is nothing wrong with that.
Not if it's publicly declared, perhaps. But if the payment is delivered by slipping used greenbacks in plain envelopes under the door of the men's room, how would you describe that transaction?
I'd say it stinks.
Oh, how would you know? When were you in that men's room?
So it's true.
No, it's a vicious lie.
We're all glad to hear that. But you've been paying blackmail for over a year now to keep that story out of the papers.
Well, I am willing to believe you. I too am being blackmailed for something I didn't do.
You know what I love about this already, and you guys can skip if you don't like my commentary, but I like to pause and comment on certain aspects if you're new. Like try to imprint my film learning I've learned at university so far on films or as I'm watching them. And I'm studying this film to a T because I know it's a whodunit, and I'm paying attention to everything in the frame because I feel like everything is there for a purpose, and I feel like the directing in this film is going to be fantastic. And I already love the establishing shot of the room, how it was like a wide take in the corner of the room and everyone walking into the room. You get a great sense of location in this film already. And I'm already invested in the core group of characters, like whether it be the distinction in the costume design, which is already fantastic, just to I guess I don't know, obviously it's easy to pinpoint who's who, and just their different mannerisms, their different backgrounds are fantastic, and I'm just looking at everyone's body language and how they're responding to everyone being exposed, like the receipts this Big Brother individual has on all these people. And Scarlett is currently smirking in the background as Miss Peacock is getting exposed, but I'm keen to see that smirk get wiped off her face as the butler or Wadsworth is going to reveal like what her secret is. But it's fantastic to see, and I feel like these films have such great attention to detail, and the directing is fantastic. The planning in each scene, the way each actor is instructed to act as characters respond to certain bits of dialogue, it's great, and I'm loving it.
Me too.
And me.
Not me.
You're not being blackmailed?
Oh, I'm being blackmailed, all right. But I did what I'm being blackmailed for.
Because Miss White is wearing
Well, to
black.
be perfectly frank, I run a specialized hotel and a telephone service which provide gentlemen with the company of a young lady.
Oh, yeah?
And Scarlett is wearing the opposite of her color as
So
well.
how did you know Colonel Mustard works in Washington? Is he one of your clients?
Certainly not.
I was asking Miss Scarlett.
Well, you tell him it's not true.
It's not true.
You've been paying our friend the blackmailer ever since your husband died under, shall we say, mysterious circumstances.
Why is that funny?
Whoa.
I see. That's why he was lying on his back in his coffin.
I didn't kill him.
Then why are you paying the blackmailer?
I don't want a scandal, do I? We had had a very humiliating public confrontation. He was deranged. He was lunatic. He didn't actually seem to like me very much. He had threatened to kill me in public.
Why would he want to kill you in public?
I think she meant he threatened in public to kill her.
The eye roll.
Final word on that.
Being killed is pretty final, wouldn't you say? I'm afraid it came as a great shock to him when he died, but he was found dead at home. His head had been cut off. So
It came-
his,
It came a great shock to him when he died.
I had been out all evening at the movies.
Do you miss him?
Well, it's a matter of life after death. Now that he's dead, I have a life.
But he
Wow.
was your second husband. Your first husband also disappeared.
But that was his job. He was an illusionist.
But he never reappeared.
A very good illusionist.
Is this the Prestige or something? Her husband is.
I'm not going to wait for Wadsworth here to unmask me.
Is her husband Hugh
I work
Jackman
for the State Department.
or Christian
And
Bale?
I'm a homosexual.
That was not on the paper.
I feel no personal shame or guilt about this. But I must keep it a secret or I will lose my job on security grounds. Thank you.
Oh no, it was on the paper, but he revealed it. Exactly what he said.
Well,
What's your little secret?
his secret? Oh, hadn't you guessed? He's the one who's blackmailing you all.
Yo, was there someone watching in the window right there? A shadow? Wait, I gotta see this
Mr.
again.
Body.
What's your little secret?
His secret? Oh, hadn't you guessed? He's the one who's blackmailing you all.
Oh no, it was just a statue.
Come on, don't do anything rough. Put him up. Put him up.
Gentlemen, pipe them now.
If you can't fight, you apparently don't fight at all.
That guy hit him with the eye poke.
Is that necessary, Mrs. Pike?
You'll never tell the police.
Then I shall. I have evidence in my possession, and this conversation is being tape recorded.
Point of order. Tape recordings are not admissible evidence.
Ladies and gentlemen, the police will be here in about 45 minutes. Tell them the truth, and Mr. Body will be behind bars.
I enjoy getting presents from strange men.
Are these gonna be body parts? I hope not. Okay, no.
What's this for?
Is that meant to be a pipe because he's homosexual? No, I hope not. Is that meant to be the method they're gonna kill each other with? Or like...
In your hands, you each have a lethal weapon. If you denounce me to the police, you will also be exposed and humiliated. But if one of you kills Wadsworth now, no one but the seven of us will ever know.
I don't know, I feel like Wadsworth...
The only way to avoid finding yourselves on the front pages is for one of you to kill Wadsworth.
I feel like this is a major setup.
Now,
Ah, here we go. We're gonna black it out. Fire!
It's not Wadsworth.
Is he alive?
Mr. Body. Stand back! Come here! Let me see. He's dead.
What? Oh, who had the gun?
I did.
Then you shot him.
I didn't.
Well, you had the gun. If you didn't shoot him, who did?
Where's the blood?
Nobody. Look, there's no gunshot wound. Somebody tried to grab the gun from me in the dark and the gun went off. Look, the bullet broke that vase on the mantel. Oh, sorry, here's me.
Sergeant, oh.
He's absolutely right. Look, there's a bullet hole here in the wall. See that?
No, it's the drink possibly.
Maybe he was poisoned.
know anything. Sit down. Sit down, Miss.
I had to stop her from screaming.
Was the brandy poisoned? I don't.
Nah, don't touch Yvette, man. Leave Yvette alone. I noticed that Wadsworth was too composed
You must have a victim in there. Oh my
when
God.
Body said he has to die.
Why were you screaming in here all by yourself?
Because I am frightened. Me too. I also drink the cognac. Mon Dieu. I can't stay in here by myself.
Great acting from Yvette right here. I thought she played the scream on the recording initially. This is so good. I'm loving this. I just love whodunits in general, but I love this. I feel like the paintings have significance, like the people in them, but I don't know.
He was such a patriotic American. Why didn't he just report us to the authorities?
He decided to put his information to good use and make a little money out of it. What could be more American than that?
What was your role in all this?
I was a victim too. At least my wife was. She had friends who were socialists,
Well, we all make mistakes.
Someone is putting on an Oscar-worthy performance here, and I cannot wait to find out who.
But Mr. Body threatened to give my wife's name to the House Un-American Activities Committee unless she named them. She refused, and so he blackmailed her. We had no money, and the price of his silence was that we worked for him for nothing. We were slaves. Turn him over to the police.
So everything is explained.
No.
Nothing's explained. We still don't know who killed him.
But the point is, we've got to find out in the next 39 minutes before the police arrive.
My God, we can't have them come here now.
But how can we possibly find out which of you did it? What do you mean, which of you?
I'm just trying to time it whether it's actually going to be 39 minutes. It will be actually crazy if it's like the exact time.
You did it.
Well, I didn't do it.
Well, one of us did. We all had the opportunity.
Well, she's not here. I didn't do it. Somebody help me, please. Somebody help me, please.
I've admitted nothing.
Well, you paid the blackmail. How many husbands have you had?
Mine or other women's?
Yours.
5.
5.
Wow.
Just the 5. Husbands should be like Kleenex. Soft, strong, and disposable.
You lure men to their deaths like a spider with flies.
Flies are where men are most vulnerable.
Right.
Look, I suggest we take the cook's body into the study.
Why?
I'm the butler. I like to keep the kitchen tidy.
What? The body's gone. Huh?
What are you all staring at?
Nothing.
Well, who's there?
Nobody.
What do you mean?
Nobody.
Like Yvette?
Nobody, that's what we mean. Mr. Body's body, it's gone.
Maybe he wasn't dead.
He was.
We should have made sure.
How? By cutting his head off, I suppose.
That wasn't called for.
Where is he?
We'd better look for him. Well,
Yvette and Peacock were doing something suspect there.
Maybe there is life after death.
Life after death is as improbable as sex after marriage.
Maybe
Wow, really?
Mr. Body killed the cook.
Yes!
How?
I think Mrs. White is my favorite character, or Miss White. I just love her. I don't know
Well,
why.
if you'll excuse me, I have to, is there a little girl's room in the hall?
Oui, oui, madame.
No, I just want to powder my nose.
Powder her nose with the snow. It's snowing.
I'm afraid those are the negatives to which Colonel Mustard earlier referred.
Oh my God.
Are you
Is
planning
that
to
why
blackmail him,
Peacock is
Walter?
so
Certainly
hyper?
not. I'd obtained them for the Colonel, and I was going to give them back as soon as Mr. Body was unmasked.
What pictures are they?
They are my pictures, and I'd like them back, please.
No, I'm afraid there's something in them that concerns me too.
Let me see.
Oh, no. Nobody can get into that position.
Sure they can. Let me show you.
What?
Get off me.
Hey, yo. Hey.
No. No, he's dead.
Mr. Body, dead. Again.
Oh, my God.
She's going to faint.
Somebody cancer!
Sorry.
You've got blood on your hands.
I didn't do it!
The framing.
What I am.
The framing is
I'm
excellent.
I'm shouting!
That's the candle. Who put the candle up there? It's like they've taken each of their props and used them.
Okay, put the corpses on the sofa. Ladies first. Now, who had access to the candlestick?
It's like, you know, the doctor, I forgot his name, but like even with her dead body, the cook's dead body, he touches her ass again. I don't know why. He did it in the beginning of the film as well with Scarlett. He just touched her ass. I'm just trying to pay attention to the character's like subtle, I don't know, subtle actions and things like that. But he has a habit of doing that. I don't know if that's meant to mean something. I don't know why.
Sorry. Sorry.
I thought the front door was locked and they couldn't get out.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb the whole household, but my car broke down out here, and I was wondering if I could use your phone.
Just a moment, please.
This is strategic, man. I swear this is strategic.
Would you care to come in?
Well, we're
Where is it? What, the body? The phone. What body?
The body.
Nobody. There's nobody in the study. No.
No.
But I think there's a phone in the lounge. Thank you. Where's
Oh,
the key? In my pocket.
Is that key unlock everything?
The cupboard with the weapons.
You still wish me to throw it away?
Yes!
He probably throws away the wrong key here.
Just checking.
Everything all right?
Yep, 2 corpses. Everything's fine.
Anybody else want a whiskey?
Yeah.
All right, look. Pay attention, everybody. Look, I want a straight answer. Is there someone else, or isn't there? Yes or no? No. No, there is, or no, there isn't. Yes.
Please! Don't you think we should get that man out of the house before he finds out what's been going on here?
Wow, what's that on the wall? What's that on the wall? What's the writing? Novu Richie Oblige. Searching it up. The fireplace inscription in Clue reads Nouveau Richie Oblige, which I don't know. This is a reference to a French expression, noblesse oblige, meaning people in nobility have an obligation to act accordingly. Okay. I don't know. I just thought it.
There is, or no, there isn't. Yes.
Please! The police will be here by then, and there are 2 dead bodies in the study.
Well, there is still some confusion as to whether or not there's anybody else in this house. I told you there isn't. There isn't any confusion, or there isn't anybody else. Either. Just give me a clear answer. Certainly. What was the question? Is there anybody else in the house? No! That's what he says. But does he know? I suggest we handle this in proper military fashion. We split up and search the house. We have very little time left, so we'll split up into pairs. Hey.
I say we handle this in proper horror movie fashion. We split up and die.
Yes. Wait a minute. Casualties are inevitable. You cannot make an omelet without breaking eggs. Every cook will tell you that.
But look what happened to the cook.
Colonel, are you willing to take that chance?
What choice have we?
None.
It's dark upstairs and I am frightened of the dark. Will anyone go with me?
I will.
I will.
No, thank you.
I suggest we all draw lots for partners.
Tim Curry is fantastic. I love how the homosexual gets pitted with the hottest woman in the room. Like the one that's not interested in her at all gets pitted with her. So the one with her husband gets paired with like the really horny guy. The one whose wife died gets paired with the woman whose husbands all died. And the colonel gets paired with the woman who he goes to her brothel or her services.
Let's go in the billiard room again.
Fantastic framing. Love that shot. They get so much in one take. Or like in one single frame. Is there something with the pairing with the names? Plum and Peacock.
Ladies first.
Waldron and White.
No, you can go first.
No, I insist.
No, I don't think so.
Well, what are you afraid of? A fate worse than death?
No, just death. Isn't that enough?
I don't see any light switches in there.
Well, neither do I, but there must be switches somewhere.
Shall I come in with you?
No! I mean, no, thank you.
I remember Mrs. White talking about getting Waldron in a one-on-one situation. And he hasn't been in a one-on-one situation.
Ladies first.
No thanks.
That must have been really uncomfortable to act. These two are still stuck here.
Then we go together.
We go together.
What room's this?
Search me.
Hey?
Yeah, sure. It's not me.
Search me. You're really paying attention to the characters and the way they act now that they've been split up more. Because obviously when they're a big group together, it's hard to keep your eye on all of them at the same time.
Here.
It's behind one of those curtains.
You look
I'll search the kitchen.
But when they're in pairs, it gives you like more opportunities to observe the characters. There's someone behind that. There's someone behind that curtain. I saw feet behind the orange curtain. To be fair, it might be the guy that did the phone call. Interesting. Funny how Miss Scarlett's car broke down as well. And that guy's car broke down. Oh, wait. The guy that came to the door, that's the guy with the colonel, isn't he? In the photo. Yeah, it's either there was a duplicate key to everything, or Waldron didn't throw out the key.
And one of them is my old boss.
There we go. Who was he on the phone to? I'm just trying to see because everyone is together and the person who's doing all this clearly knows their way around the house and how to utilize the secret passageways. Unless Mrs. White stole the key when she
I'm just gonna have to break it down.
When she rubbed down Waldron, but I don't know.
I know, I have it.
Everything's going on at the moment. I love how Peacock's telling everyone to shut up when everyone's yelling. When she was the one screaming before.
I've been shot. I've been shot.
Come out, the door is open.
You know, you could have killed us.
Someone's dying. Bye-bye, Colonel.
I can't take any more scares.
Bye-bye, Colonel. Oh.
But look! Yes, see for yourself.
Why is Yvette throwing the gun? Yvette! The house is haunted. The house is haunted. This is a Scooby-Doo mansion. This is a Scooby-Doo mansion.
Why? I have nothing to hide. I didn't do it. The key.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
I found an abandoned car down near the gates of this house. Did the driver come in here for any help by any chance?
No. Well, actually, yes.
No. There seemed to be some kind of disagreement.
The no and yes answers in this film.
Can I come in and use your phone?
Of course you may, sir. You may use the one in the, no. You could use the one in the, no.
He's trying to see which room's available.
Would you be kind enough to wait in the, library?
Sure.
No, nobody kill the cop. Leave the cop alone.
Book you for false arrest and wrongful imprisonment and obstructing an officer in the course of his duty and murder.
What do you mean? Murder.
I just said it so you would open the door. What's going on around here? And why would you lock me in?
J. Edgar Hoover.
That's right. The head of the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Why is J. Edgar Hoover on your phone? I don't know. He's on everybody else's. Why shouldn't he be on mine? Excuse me.
Would Mr. Body not be dead?
You can show him the dining room, the kitchen, the ballroom.
Fine. Fine. Come with me. I'll show you the dining room, or the kitchen, or the ballroom.
I was trying to remember.
Make it look convincing.
Oh, those two rooms. Yes.
They're gonna fake having sex, are they? Are they gonna moan?
Officer, I don't think you should go in there.
Why not?
Because it's all too shocking.
Oh no, they're okay. They're actually okay. That's bad. That's bad. Oh, that's bad.
It's not all that shocking. These folks are just having a good time.
I love Mr. Green's facial expressions. That is gold. I kind of got the sex thing a bit right, but like...
This man's drunk. Dead drunk.
Dead right.
Dead drunk, dead right.
You're not going to drive home, are you?
He won't be driving home, officer. I promise you that.
No.
Somebody will give him a lift, huh?
Oh, we'll get him a car.
A long black car.
A limousine.
This is such a clever film. It's such a clever film.
Officer.
You're too late. I've seen it all.
You have? I can explain everything.
Don't worry. There's nothing illegal about any of this.
Are you sure?
Of course, this is America.
I see.
It's a free country. Don't you know that?
I didn't know it was that.
I feel like there's a hidden message about America in this film.
Can I
Like,
use your phone now?
Certainly.
the one thing this film has done, like, fantastically is the acting. The performances of everyone in this film is absolutely fantastic. Like, I feel like you can rewatch this film, and in each scene, you could pay attention to a different character. So in the scene where everyone is in frame, you can pay attention and be like, okay, this scene, I'm going to focus on Mrs. White, because I've been focusing on Mrs. White, and her mannerisms have been, like, really, really just intriguing to watch. But I feel like the next time you're like, okay, this time I'm going to focus on Scarlett in this scene, or I want to focus on the Colonel. I want to see what he's doing. And you pinpoint different things. This is my first watch, so obviously I'm not going to pick out everything and notice what everyone else is doing in each scene. But I'm absolutely loving it. I'm absolutely loving it because I'm noticing the subtle nuances in characters and actions each time, and maybe each scene I'll be like, okay, this scene I'm going to focus on someone different. But if I focus on someone different, I might miss out on something the other character was doing that I was focusing on in the previous scene. And that's what I love about this film, because everyone is so great in what they're doing. Just their reactions, their facial expressions. It makes me want to focus on everyone. And obviously you can't in each scene, but there's so much going on. I love it. I love it. See, that sort of overhead shot again, the way the camera is placed to, like, get everyone in frame in the main hall of the room, and as they traverse the house, they continue to traverse the house and they split up. It's just great. Again, using the location really well. Dumbass. Or a Colonel, he ain't that strategic. Aha, so the paintings do have a purpose. I knew Mrs. Yvette. What did I say about her not being French at the beginning of the film? That a fake ass French accent. I knew it. I knew it. I knew Yvette wasn't French. Give him my money. Give him my money. Oh no. Wait. My
body. They're not the only ones. It's you!
So is Yvette a sacrificial lamb here? They know too much?
But I have a feeling that I'm in danger.
Don't kill the cop. Leave
You
the
know
cop
that
alone.
Big, ugly house on top. Hello?
I've noticed that each of the weapons the characters were given being used to kill the other characters, or like to slowly pick them off one by one. So the pipe's about to be used. Alfred Hitchcock's rope was used. The knife has been used. The gun hasn't been used yet. Oh, I know the Colonel got shot, but
Hello?
the wrench was used, I believe.
Da-da-da-da-da. I am your singing telegram.
The fuck just happened?
I'm coming!
How did the singing telegram just get wrecked like that? Everyone gonna think it's Mr. Green now because Yvette hasn't showed up. Oh, she has showed up. My bad. I love how no one's surprised. Another day at the office. Another dead body. Yep, another one. The cop too. What's new?
3 murders.
Where's the blood?
6 altogether. This is getting serious.
Okay, sorry, that got me. Okay. On the 6th death, it's getting serious, okay? On the 6th death, now we got problems. The first death wasn't too bad, but the second, now there's 6, we're getting serious, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that one got me. Alright, that comedic timing was perfect, man. This film was so good. I'm guessing there's Easter eggs and references to other films as well in this film that I haven't picked up on.
Furthermore, I'm going to tell you how it was all done. Follow me.
Let's see if this is right.
In order to help you understand what happened, I shall need to take you through the events of the evening step by step. Flinched. Then there was a rumble of thunder and a crash of lightning. And to make a long story short,
Too late.
One by one you all arrived. And then the
Yo,
door was shut by the cook.
Waldron knows everything off by heart. Photographic memory.
And Mrs. Freecock sat here, and Professor Plum sat here, and Mrs. White sat here, and Mr. Green, Miss Scarlet, Colonel Mustard. This chair was vacant. Anyway, we all revealed we'd all received a letter, and you'd had a letter, and you'd had a letter, and you'd had a letter.
Get out of it!
The point is, blackmail.
All this came out after dinner in the study.
You're right. And you all opened your presents. Mr. Body switched out the lights.
He's dead. Yeah, I was about to say the lights didn't come on because
The body lay on the floor, apparently dead. He was dead. I examined him. Then why was he bashed on the head a few minutes later with a candlestick if he was dead already?
All right, I made a mistake.
Right. But if so, why was Mr. Body pretending to be dead? His best hope of escaping death was to pretend to be dead already.
So whoever grabbed the gun from me in the dark was trying to kill him.
But remember what happened next.
There possibly is another gun.
Drink. You said maybe it's poisoned. She screams. Mr. Green.
She coughs another one.
I had to stop her screaming. Maybe one of us was murdering the cook. Who wasn't here with us?
Do you know?
Yeah, I remember
While
there
we
was.
stood here, trying to stop Yvette from panicking.
Was it Scarlet?
One of us could have stayed in the study, picked up the dagger, run down the hall.
Tim Curry's so good.
Oh, how could he risk it? We might have seen him running back.
Not if they used this secret passage.
Who thinks it's
And
him?
the murderer ran back down the secret passage to the study.
How did you know?
This house belongs to a friend of mine I've known all along.
So you could be the murderer.
Don't be ridiculous. If I was the murderer, why would I reveal to you how I did it?
Well, who else knew about the secret passage?
We found it, Colonel Mustard and me.
The cook and Yvette were his accomplices.
I see. So, whoever knew that the cook was involved killed her?
Yes. I know, because I was Mr. Body's butler. You recognized Yvette, didn't you? Don't deny it.
What do you mean, don't deny it? I'm not denying anything.
Another denial.
All right, it's true. I knew Yvette. My husband had an affair with her, but I didn't care. I wasn't jealous.
You knew Yvette.
You weren't jealous?
Yes, she worked for me.
And you also knew her, sir. We've already established that you were one of Miss Scarlett's clients. That's why you were so desperate to get your hands on those negatives. Photographs of you and Yvette in flagrante delicto, remember?
Mr. Body threatened to send those pictures to my dear old mother. The shock would have killed her.
Oh,
really?
Been quite an achievement since you told us that she's dead already. So he had the motive.
You all had a motive. I explained that I was Mr. Body's butler and I'd invited you here, and we realized there was only one other person in the house.
Is it a grip thing, maybe? Is it a, like, they're all trouble? Nah, can't be.
Well, where is he?
This is so good.
By now, she was dead. One of us slipped through the same secret passage.
Again?
Of course, back to the study. Will you stop that? No. Then he threw him into the toilet. And nonchalantly rejoined us beside the cook's body in the kitchen. It took less than half a minute.
So who wasn't there the entire time in the kitchen?
Whoever it was is the murderer.
You know what I love about this? When whodunit films, or the ones that I've watched, when they tend to revisit, or like they have the big reveal at the end leading up to who did it, or you find out who did it, and then they replay scenes from the film, or like they'll have alternate angles from scenes in the film, or like scenes that are from a different perspective that were filmed at the time that you saw those scenes, but from a different angle, and it's like, okay, that happened, and you're seeing just another version of it, or something else that character was doing in that moment, or they were watching something different at the time, even though you thought they were watching something else. Like, I'm just thinking of like the recent Knives Out film as well. Basically, when films tend to go back and do their big explanation thing or their montage, they'll go through scenes that have happened. But this film is unique and clever, and obviously I've never seen this done before, in terms of like, because it's set in one big mansion, they're actually doing a run through, like a walk by playthrough, like full on, like using Tim Curry as the butler of basically everything that happened, recounting his steps. And rather than the film, you know, having a character explain, okay, in this moment, and you'd have like the scene of someone doing it, and it'd show them, you know, doing something different in that scene. He's actually doing a run by walkthrough of everything that happened in a clever way and getting everyone involved, and it's just done in like a comedic way. But it's just really amusing to watch, and it's very, very clever. And it's basically not lazy, in my opinion. And I just love it. You get a good sense of the location as well with it, and you see how these sort of trapdoors or these secret passages were used in the film, and I love it. I'm like so invested in it.
I didn't throw the key away. I put it in my pocket, and someone would have taken it out of my pocket and substituted another.
We were all in a huddle. Any one of us could have done that.
Precisely.
But Mrs. White touched him.
Wait a minute.
Mrs. White touched him.
He's working on the secret of the next fusion bomb. How did you know that? Can you keep a secret? Yes, so can I.
The plot between them Wadsworth, or did Colonel Mustard do it alone?
We shall see. Everyone here tonight was either Mr. Body's victim or accomplice. Everyone who has died gave him vital information about one of you.
What kind of information did he have?
He was my driver during the war.
They have the photos together with them.
And what was he holding over you?
He knew that I was a war profiteer.
Was the policeman working for Mr. Body, too?
The cop was from Washington. He was on my payroll. I bribed him once a week so I could carry on with business. Mr. Body found out somehow.
Oh yeah, because the prostitution brothel thing is illegal.
Oh, please.
And the singing telegram girl?
She was my patient once. I had an affair with her. That's how I lost my license. Mr. Body found that out, too.
Well, let's put it in the study with the others.
Everyone that died knows, knows the people.
Now you all know why they died. We split up and searched the house.
That's right. It was Colonel Mustard's suggestion.
No, I have a feeling it's Mrs. White. Look at the way she looks at Waldron.
From my pocket. And then we all
She looks down and smiles.
That we split up and searched the house.
That's right. It was Colonel Mustard's
And she looks to think it's Mr. Mustard or Colonel Mustard because she's like
and hurried to the
playing an
study.
act.
On the desk was the envelope from Mr. Body. The evidence of Mr. Body's network of informants.
Where is the envelope now?
Gone. Destroyed.
Burned.
Perhaps in the fire. The only possible place. Then, having found out the whole story, the murderer went to the cupboard, unlocked it with the key, took out the wrench.
Then we fell in the secret passage from the conservatory to the lounge, where we found the motorist dead.
Oh, whoever it is, they gotta go away or they'll be killed.
I think it's Miss White. I think.
Good evening. Have you ever given any thought to the kingdom of heaven?
What?
Repent.
Ain't just whistling Dixie.
Armageddon is almost upon us.
I got news for you. It's already here.
Go away.
But your souls are in danger.
Our lives are in danger, you beatnik.
Is that a gag or is that
We locked him in the library. We forgot the cupboard with the weapons.
someone that's invited?
So we split up again.
Oh! Oh!
Turn on the lights.
Sorry, didn't mean to frighten you.
You're a bit late for that.
Yvette.
That.
She was in the billiard room listening to our conversation. She heard the gunshot. She thought he was dead. And while we all examined the bullet hole, she crept into the study, picked up the dagger, ran to the kitchen, and stabbed the cook. We didn't hear the cook scream, because Mrs. Peacock was screaming about the
Like a
poison brandy.
motherfudger,
Then
yeah.
Yvette returned to the billiard room. She screamed, and we all ran to her. We all ran to the kitchen to see the cook. Yvette hid in the study to check that Mr. Body was dead. He got up and followed them down the hall, so she hit him on the head with a candlestick and dragged him to the toilet.
Why?
To create confusion.
It worked.
Why did she do it? Was it because she was acting under orders from the person who later killed her? Who?
Woo! The New Day.
One of her
Woo!
clients.
Alright, before we get to the big reveal, the killer or the person that killed Yvette is wearing like the black gloves, and the one person that's wearing all black in this film is Mrs. White. So my guess is Mrs. White, but it possibly might not be. But interesting how Yvette obviously was one of the accomplices of Mr. Body, but did all that to cause confusion as well. I knew she wasn't freaking French, or like that accent was fake, but clever. This, I remember how I was talking about before as well about the films not showing the cuts of what happened, and it just did that. But it's earned that. It's earned its right to do that after that clever, run through of everything that happened.
Or was it a jealous wife? Or an adulterous doctor? No.
Oh, okay, it's not Mrs.
It
White.
was her employer, Miss Scarlett.
That's a lie.
Is it? You used her the way you always used her. You killed a motorist when we split up to search the house.
How could I have known about the secret passage?
Easy. Yvette told you. It was easy for you here on the ground floor. Then, in the dark, you got the lead pipe and the rope, strangled Yvette, ran to the library, killed the cop, picked up the gun where Yvette dropped it, opened the front door, recognized the singing telegram from her photograph, and shot her.
You've no proof.
The gun is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies, empty your purses.
Brilliantly worked out, Wadsworth. I congratulate you.
Me too.
Shut up!
Now, there's one thing I don't understand.
One thing?
Why did you do it? Half of Washington knows what kind of business you run. You were in no real danger.
I just realized I was calling Wadsworth Wadron the whole time. I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
I don't think they know my real business. Huh. My business is secrets. And Yvette found them out for me.
Because
The
she was a
secrets
prostitute.
of Senator Peacock's defense committee, and her death, and the deaths of 5 other people.
You don't know what kind of people they have at the UN. I might go up in their estimation.
I
There's
hope,
no good.
I hope the recording is
blackmailing
still
me,
going.
madam.
I hope
No
the
more money.
recording's still going.
Neither do I.
I know, sweetie pie, but you can pay me in government information. So, I'm afraid your moment has come.
Not so fast, Miss Scarlett. I do have a secret or two.
Oh, yeah, such as...
The game's up, Scarlett. There
I'm
are
a-
no more bullets left in that gun.
I'm a cop.
Come, you don't fall for that old trick.
It's not a trick. There was 1 shot at Mr. Body in the study, 2 for the chandelier, 2 at the lounge door, and 1 for the singing telegram.
That's not 6.
1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
There was only 1 shot that got the chandelier. That's 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Even if you were right, that would be 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1, not 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Fine. 1 plus 2 plus 1. Shut up! There's 1 bullet left in this gun, and guess who's gonna get it? Oh! Hey!
He's a cop. Is Wadsworth a cop?
I did warn you, my dear. Mr. Hoover is an expert on Armageddon.
Wadsworth, don't hate me for trying to shoot you.
Frankly, Scarlett, I didn't give a damn. As I was trying to tell you, there are no bullets left in this gun, you see?
Bang!
1 plus 2 plus 1
I give up. I'm not doing the math.
plus 1.
Chandelier. There you go. That's how it could have happened. Wait. But how about this?
In the dark, the murder right across the hall to the...
You've got to be kidding me, man. Don't do this to me. Oh, this is so good. It's so fun. Okay, is this trying to like have a sort of spin or like making fun of the board game per se, in terms of like, okay, but that's how it happened, but this is how it could have happened, like in terms of like each time you play the board game, there is like different outcomes, there is different individuals in allegiance with one another, different individuals with different roles. Is that how it's, is it making fun of sort of that? Is it spoofing, not spoofing that, but like sort of just like playing on that?
Rope and a lead pipe. Ran to the billiard room. You told us at dinner that we were eating one of your favorite recipes, and monkey's brains, though popular in Cantonese cuisine, are not often to be found in Washington, D.C.
Is that what we ate?
Why
Monkeys.
would I have murdered all the others?
Obviously, in case Mr. Body had told him about you.
There's no proof.
Well, the gun is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets.
Pockets. Ladies, turn out
empty
your purses.
Whoever has the gun is the murderer.
Very well.
That we stack the bodies in the cellar, lock it, leave quietly one at a time, and pretend that none of this has ever happened.
Is he playing her?
Great idea. I'll leave first.
For she's a jolly good fellow.
Is the cop gonna be at the door?
She's a jolly good fellow. For she's a jolly good fellow.
Is the FBI in the habit of cleaning up after multiple murder?
Yes. Why do you think it's run by a man called Hoover?
How did you know my name?
I knew that guy wasn't a willy
The
nilly.
kingdom of heaven is at hand. Okay, take her away.
Showtime.
Like the Manties, we always get our man.
Mrs. Peacock was a man?
Would anyone care for fruit or dessert?
Don't tell me we're gonna get an alternate version. Okay. Now, I think this is just a play on the game, right? With like the various scenarios that can happen each time you play. Is that what it's meant to make fun of? Or it's just saying like each time there's a different person, each time the outcome can be different, the scenario is different, the way it plays out is different. But I'm guessing, okay, is this really what happened? Is this the real one?
And monkey's brains, though popular in Cantonese cuisine, are not often to be found
The
in
same lines of
Washington,
dialogue are being used.
DC. Colonel Mustard, when we saw the motorist at the front door, you took the key to the weapons cupboard out of my pocket.
So everyone had a play in
We
it.
all split up. Took the wrench, ran to the conservatory, entered the lounge through the secret passage, killed the motorist with a blow on the head. Like that! And turned off the electricity.
So basically everyone used their own weapons or used whatever they had to take out one of their informants or each of the informants because they all recognized someone. Is that what happened? So everyone took out basically their informant.
Got the rope from the open cupboard and throttled Yvette. You weren't jealous that your husband was stopping Yvette. That's why you killed him, too.
There we go.
Yes.
So Miss White did something. I was right.
Yes, I did it. I hated her so much. It flames.
Best
On
character
the
this
side
film.
of my face, breathing, heaving breaths.
When she hit the cop whom she'd been bribing
Yep, the
on
cop
head
she was
with a
bribing.
lead pipe. True or false?
True. Who are you? Hey, Nathan.
So it must have been Mr. Green who shot the singing telegram.
I didn't do it.
Well, there's nobody else left.
But I didn't do it. The gun is missing. Whoever's got the gun shot the girl.
I shot her.
You?
So it was you. I was going to expose you.
I know. So I choose to expose myself.
Please, there are ladies present.
You thought Mr. Body was dead, but why? None of you even met him till tonight.
You're Mr. Body.
Wait a minute! So who did I kill? My butler.
The roles were reversed.
He was expendable like all of you. I'm grateful to you all for disposing of my network of spies and informers. Saved me a lot of trouble. Now there's no evidence against me.
This all has nothing to do with my disappearing nuclear physicist husband or Colonel Mustard's work with the new top secret fusion bomb.
No. Communism was just a red herring.
Herring.
Nobody's called them.
You mean, oh my God, of course.
So why shouldn't we get away with it? We'll stack the bodies in the cellar, lock it, leave quietly one at a time, and forget that any of this ever happened.
They'll just go on blackmailing us all.
Of course. Why not?
Why not?
I'll tell you why not.
Good shot.
Very
He's the cop?
Are you a cop?
No, I'm a plant.
A plant? I thought men like you were usually called a fruit.
Very funny. FBI. That phone call from J. Edgar Hoover was for me.
Oh, wow. You cannot tell me that anyone guessed this film on the first go. No one did. No one did. Okay, out of all the whodunit films I've watched, this is the king. This has got to be the best whodunit film, in my opinion. In my opinion. In my opinion.
All right, who done it?
Speaking of whodunit, they're all murderers. They're all murderers.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
He wasn't a homosexual. It was a cover-up. My guy, my G. Hey, that is so good. That was a fantastic film. Hey, yo, Clue is the king of whodunits. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, Clue is the king of whodunits. I'll say it right now. I'll say it right now. That is the best whodunit film I've ever watched. That was so clever. Fantastically filmed. Fantastically acted. A clever play on how the different scenarios play out in the game with the sort of reveal at the end and how we're going through like a walkthrough or like a playthrough of everything that's happened. That was fantastic. And I'm guessing the final one, the third one, is really what went down. But I guess the first two were sort of like to throw off the audience and sort of basically say, hey, when you play the game, no one outcome is ever the same. It always is different. People play different characters. People were given different scenarios, and it all plays out differently. But I absolutely loved it. I absolutely love this film. This is so good. I'm glad I watched it for the first time. Some of the framing and camera work in the film is absolutely fantastic. How you're able to use one location to your advantage is basically exacerbated, or it's basically shown in this film. This is fantastic. And there's so many other classic films that use sort of one location to their advantage. And this is one of those. This is absolutely fantastic. Fantastic use of geography and the framing, fantastic. But I think technically, camera work wise, some of the shots were really well framed. Fantastic use of wide shots, and very great sort of how I was saying it before, establishing shots for certain scenes where characters are walking through the house, just to get that sense of location. But what really sold it for me was the acting and the performances. Some of the writing, some of the comedic timing and line delivery especially is wow. Like, chef's kiss. Like, it was absolutely fantastic. I can see why this film has a cult following, or has developed a cult following. It's amazing in my opinion. I really liked it. I really liked it, and definitely deserves a rewatch. Similar to how you'd replay the board game, you'd rewatch this film to see. I don't know. I sort of had that guess in the beginning of the film. Maybe it could be all of them, but they all got their weapons and they all took out their very own informant, or the individual that was getting them the information. They all killed that because they were being blackmailed by someone and they didn't want that individual to give up more information. It was all fantastic. They were all murderers in the end. They were all the killer. Or they were all killers in the end. Even Mr. Green, who was the cop, but he was the cop. He got away with it. He exposed everyone. Fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed my first time watch of Clue. I'm definitely going to see that again, and cannot wait to interact with you guys in the comment section down below. As always, been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.